Alright, what's good, what's cracking, what's poppin', what's bueno? It is Making Me Think here, and we are back to talk about Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. And I've been playing this game ever since it came out, so now I think it's a pretty, well, it's not pretty reasonable, it's very reasonable time that we can now talk about this game, at least give you my opinion about what I think about it anyway. So let's hop right into it, because we kind of got a lot to talk about. So, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. I've always been a Metal Gear fan. I mean, I got into it late, but ever since then, I've always been a Metal Gear fan, ever since I got into it. And I've really loved the franchise. I just, 1, 2, 3, 4 are all classics in my opinion. Even though a lot of people, there's a lot of divided opinion on the fourth one, but I still consider it a classic. I enjoyed it. You probably didn't, but I enjoyed it. But anyway, so Metal Gear Solid 5. It's inevitable for me to be hyped. I've been hyped for this game ever since I saw the gameplay at E3 2013. And now the game is out and we can finally discuss it. I beat all 50 missions. I did most of the side ops, but I don't even feel like finishing all of them, and I'll come back to that later on why. So, I want to go ahead and talk about the ending right off the bat. The Mission 46, Truth, the Man Who Sold the World. Okay, first off, I thought it was stupid having to play the prologue again. I mean, as soon as I knew it was going to be the same exact thing, I skipped every cutscene, but I knew not to skip it at the end. I was like, okay, it has to be different right here. And it was. So basically what happens in this game's ending is that Revolver Ocelot, well, he's not called Revolver Ocelot yet, he doesn't have that code name till the first game, but Ocelot comes up to the ambulance truck where Ishmael and Ahmad were in, and Ishmael is revealed to be the real big boss, like the OG big boss we all know and love from Metal Gear Solid 3. And Ocelot sends him off, he gives him a passport and everything, and basically sends Big Boss away. Because Big Boss obviously goes and creates Outer Heaven. So, basically this whole game, we weren't playing as Big Boss. We're playing as a fake-ass Big Boss. We're playing as this plastic surgery look-alike wannabe Big Boss. Even though he does look exactly like him, with the help of plastic surgery. And I don't know, as soon as they revealed this plot twist, I mean, I just honestly thought I wasted a lot of my time, because I had to dump enough hours into this game. I think I was like at the 40-hour point by the time I actually completed the story. And I just thought it was like, I was like, what the heck did I just play? And I remember too, like the first like 20 missions, no, actually to be fair, like first 15, I was like, it's kind of starting to get a little impatient, because I really wanted to see like story development, character development. I wanted to see the story progress. I wanted to see what this installment had to add to the Metal Gear franchise's plot overall. What plot gaps are going to be filled in, or what new plot that we don't know about yet is going to be explained in this game. And it takes like forever to kind of get things started. The prologue, pretty action-packed. Alright, cool. And then after that, it's pretty slow until, I don't know, Mission 11 and 12 are pretty entertaining, but then after that it takes a while again until like 18. And like the whole way the game was divided into chapters, chapter 1 and chapter 2, there was no chapter 2. That was like more like 5 missions. All of them duplicated missions, garbage. I mean, trash. Like, really? Like, whatever happened to, like, you know how, like, older Metal Gear Solid games, like, they would already have you pick the difficulty from the beginning? Like, easy, medium, hard, extreme. Or something like, the fourth one, it was like liquid easy, solid normal, big boss hard, and then the boss extreme. No, like this game, you don't pick the difficulty right off the bat. This game kind of goes casual a little bit with giving you a preset difficulty, and then it has to use duplicate missions to make it at a harder difficulty, extreme. And it wasn't the case for all of the duplicate missions. Some of the duplicate missions was like subsistence, which is where you had to pick up all your equipment on site on the level, and then there was total stealth. But you could basically kind of consider that extreme because they're pretty much at the same difficulty. But I kind of don't understand why they did that. Honestly, you could tell they kind of just threw that in, and yeah. So basically, there was supposed going back to the ending. There was supposed to be a third chapter, even though chapter 2 was not even a chapter. But there was supposed to be a third chapter and a mission 51. So from what I can make out of it, supposedly mission 51 was supposed to be the ending, like the true ending to the game. And I watched it, and it seemed pretty cool. I see it as an ending to that plot line with Liquid and the African kids. I don't see it as an ending to the actual game itself. So some people are saying, "Oh, Mission 51 would have been amazing if it was in the game." I'm like, "Nah, that's that. I'm sorry. Like, it's a good ending to the Liquid plotline, but that ain't a good ending to the game overall. Like, come on. Like, we know the man himself, Hideo Kojima, how great he is at executing these plot lines as he's done with the past 4 Metal Gear games. And um this one is just very incomplete. I mean, I understand it's incomplete because the whole Kojima and Konami feud and how that caused a big old ruckus. And I mean, I understand it. I totally get it. Totally get it. But Konami is honestly their biggest franchise that they have. They literally just threw it away. They are trash. That's some corporate bullshit right there. I mean, honestly, when you think about that, it's very stupid because this game could have been so much more than the game that we actually got out. And I was really enjoying this game too until um probably until kind of a little bit before after the first 2 missions of the so-called chapter 2. It's just like I don't know, 33, 32, 31. Because chapter 2 was just like no story. And then this game had like no character. I felt like it had no character development whatsoever. Like the fact that this game had to kind of explain the story more through cassette tapes than the actual story itself that you play through and the actual cutscenes, it was just like, what? Like, I was deeply confused because Metal Gear games always go by the cutscenes, but they resorted to cassette tapes on this one. Yeah, yeah, here, let me go back to the ending real quick here, too, because it shows the timeline like it did in the other games, and it basically gave us some new plot holes. It filled in some plot gaps. Like it was saying how uh, Liquid and Solid were in the war. They fought in the war together. Which honestly, I think we already knew that too before. But I mean, they explain it anyway. Whatever, it's confirmed. And then they showed a whole timeline. So basically, you remember the first 2 Metal Gears that were on the NES. Well, I know the second one wasn't, but it was on the PC. They were both on PC, but they ported the first one in. Anyway. But yeah, basically the first one, the big boss that you kill in that one was Venom Snake. And then I guess the one in the second one was a legit big boss. But I'm very confused because that just doesn't make any sense to me at all, honestly. Because they say he went to go create Outer Heaven, but Outer Heaven was the one in the first Metal Gear, and that was the one made by Venom. Unless he told Venom. I know he told Venom of his plans because they revealed at the end of this game, the Phantom Pain, that he informs him of the Operation Intrude N1313. or 313, whatever it was, and which was basically the mission for Outer Heaven. So I think maybe that might have been a reason, but I don't know. It kind of made it a little too confusing with that. And then um whatchamacallit. So they basically kind of confused the whole first two Metal Gears, not Metal Gear Solid, but the first two Metal Gears. They kind of confused those plots a little bit more, and then it was just like now, like you could tell that it was kind of he was kind of forced to do that because of the whole him and Konami feud, and I think honestly that might have put pressure on him, and to there's obviously a lot of cut scenes and important story plots and supposedly missions besides Mission 51, and obviously the whole chapter that was, well, at least quote unquote chapter that was cut out because chapter 2 was not a chapter by any means at all. But I mean, overall, it was still decent. Not my favorite, but it was still decent. It was barely entertaining enough until I figured out. It was entertaining until I figured out Snake was fake. Until I figured out I was playing as this fake Snake. So I said irrelevant. After that, not really, but that's kind of how I felt. And then the gameplay, like, it felt like it was just, I was doing the same thing over and over again. And honestly, I got tired of Afghanistan and Africa after a while. At first, I was like, okay, this is cool. But then after a while, going to the same outposts and the same places, I was kind of just like, ugh. Like, I was getting unmotivated to be honest. And then how your suppressors ran out extremely fast, no matter what like rank you're at for your guns. Like, I know I got my tranquilizer gun at like rank 3. That junk still go out fast. I know you can get rank 5. You'll get the permanent suppressor built in, but no, I don't think I'll ever get it with them high R&D requirements you need. And then I just feel like you had to do the same things, and then obviously the duplicate missions added to the repetitiveness, and then the side ops are just unmotivating to me. Like, I don't want to catch this legendary bear. I don't care. I don't want to capture these blueprints that I know I'm not gonna be able to develop because my R&D team won't be like at a rank 51 or higher, because most of the blueprints I've picked up have required some high R&D, because mine is barely like a 30 something right now. I can't remember, but most of these blueprints it's like level 47, level 51. It's like, oh my, like, I'm done. And then like it's just like it's just unmotivating. That's basically the best way I can sum it up. It just makes me unmotivated. And I mean, that's not necessarily saying that I don't enjoy the game. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the game's gameplay. I really like it. But when I come back and think about it now, and when I realized when I was playing it yesterday, it's like, kind of wish there was a variety of different stuff to do. I kind of wish it was more traditionally Metal Gear stuff. You know what I mean? Like, instead of just getting intel and taking out somebody or taking out vehicles, like, that's what it was. It was one of those 3 that you had to do for every mission. But that's basically what I have to say about this game. Overall, it's a good game. I give it probably like an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's still a good game. It's just knowing that it's incomplete. Could have been so much more potential, but yeah, I mean, I still like the game. Hopefully the online's good. I really hope it is. But yeah, make more videos soon, and catch y'all guys later.